Hey guys, Matt Bartram here from Warrior Fitness and Health, and I coach busy people to create fitter and healthier lifestyles with my PT, my boot camps and my nutritional consultations. Welcome, it's Monday, it's free training day. Welcome to today's free live training. But firstly, are you okay? Are you alright? As I film this, it's a Monday. Have you had a great weekend? Have you had a good few days? Are you okay? Are you balanced? I hope this video finds you really, really well. Let's get stuck in. So today's free live training is create your own nutritional plan, summary points. So what that means is, just in case you've been missing out on all these free trainings, over the last 3 weeks, I've done part 1, part 2 and part 3 of creating your own nutrition plan for free at no cost. And I've given you a structure and a framework to work from. This video, it's the key summary points that acts as a consolidation, but also it's going to give you a little taster for if you've missed some videos, do you need to go off and see them? Or if you watch the videos, have you taken the action points? So let's get into the summary. Right, firstly, as always, if you're live with me right now, type the word live, type the word hello, type the words hi Matt, or give me some waving hand emojis kind of thing. And if you're watching this on YouTube at some point in the future, don't do all that because I won't see it. But if you're watching this as a film right now on Facebook Live, let me know you're here right now. If you're watching on replay, just type the word replay, because it's great for people like us to know who watches live, who watches later after the recording. Let's get into the summary. Creating your own nutrition plan. Part 1, there was some key learning right at the beginning. The key learning was, what is the definition of a healthy nutrition plan? And I discussed the main advantages between the nutrition plan being that perfect balance between essential nutrients and sufficient calories for the body to do its thing. And I went into the learning that if you're focusing on just nutrients, you might still not be having enough calories or too many calories. And if you're only calorie counting, you may be missing out on essential nutrients. So I went into the definition of what is great nutrition or a healthy diet in crystal clear detail. I also discussed the major food groups and what they did within the body. So I discussed protein, carbs, fibre and healthy fats. And I also went on to say, well, if you're following a healthy nutrition plan, how should you monitor its success? Should it be scales? Should it be tape? Should it be looking at the body? Should it be clothes? Should it be performance in some sort of sport? And I gave you some key metrics on what you can do to measure whether your healthy nutritional plan is absolutely working. So that was the data I gave you on part 1. But the main learning out of part 1 was, you must know your nutritional goal. And it's sort of, majority of people fall into one of 3 things. They either want to lose weight, they either want to gain weight, or they want to maintain what they've currently got, but change the proportions a little bit. So part 1 was all about being very crystal clear and knowing your goal. Then we went on to part 2. Part 2 was all about deciding your eating style. And I gave some examples of the main eating styles here. I spoke about slimming clubs and focus groups that you can go and pay, and they'll give you meal plans and subscriptions, and you have a weekly weigh-in and all that sort of stuff. I spoke about intermittent fasting. I spoke about calorie controlled diets and various kind of sort of focused diets, maybe vegetarian, pescatarian, lactose free and all that sort of stuff, or the 80-20 diet. So the very first bit of part 2 was all about deciding your eating style, because the absolute key bit is you must decide an eating style that you believe you can stick to, because the best nutritional plan is not what you think will work. It is not what your mate is doing. It is an eating style you believe you can stick to, because adherence is key. Again, adherence is key. So if you hear that, say, intermittent fasting gets really great results, but you're not the kind of person that could skip a meal in a day, or skip breakfast, or skip your evening meal. So potentially you're never going to really enter into the fasting state within the body. That is not going to work for you. We've got to find a different approach to you, because it's not what you believe will work, it's what you can stick to and manipulate to get you closer to your results. So at the end of part 2, I basically says, decide your eating style. Then what you need to do is, you need to create a list of your 10 to 20 preferred foods. And then out of them 10 to 20 foods, you need to find 3 ways to cook each one of the 10 to 20, because that's going to give you absolute massive variety. Then part 3 was where we put it all together. And part 3 I called prepare, plan and monitor. Now the preparation took 2 parts of this. Firstly, you've got to have your shopping list of your 10 to 20 foods. You've got to go shopping and decide how that is, in person, online or whatever. You've got to get them foods in to where you live before you can start doing anything. You've got to get them in the fridge, in the freezer, in the cupboards. You've got to get them in the house. So preparation took 2 phases. 1, weekly, you've got to go and get your 10 to 20 foods. Second part of the preparation, now this is absolute key, you must do a meal plan for the week. And I suggested that you might just start with 3 different breakfasts, 3 different work lunches or lunches, whatever you want to call it, and then 3 different main meals. And then notice board, kitchen, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, you're going to put a meal plan for the week. So you've got something to follow, something crystal clear to go, that's what I'm eating there, that's what I'm eating there, that's what I'm eating. That allows you to get things out of the freezer to defrost. That allows you to marinate in or prepare food. Because the worst possible scenario is when in your mind you've planned a healthy tea for a Monday night, you're getting from work, you're sorting the kids, you're doing all the busy stuff, and then you figure out you didn't get stuff out of the freezer. That is only going to lead to bad choices and is not going to lead to diet adherence. So we've got stage 1 of prepare, go and get the food. Stage 2, weekly plan, follow the plan, get stuff out of the freezer, marinate, chop, prep, all that sort of stuff, and then just follow the plan. The last part of it was your monitoring. And I suggested that you need to go and tie it into your goal. So are you losing weight, gaining weight, or maintaining weight? And I suggested that you followed a nutrition plan for about 4 weeks, and then you checked your score. Have you lost weight? Have you gained weight? Have you lost inches? Has your performance gone up in the gym, if that's how you're monitoring it? But every 4 weeks, you should be quite critical and go, is what I am doing working? Is it moving me from where I am now to where I want to get to? And if it isn't, you make some tiny little tweaks. You don't bin everything off and try something brand new, because the body takes time to adapt and to get used to things. So stick with something, do it for 4-week chunks, and just make minor changes as you go. Don't keep going from intermittent fasting to a diet club, to being vegetarian, to being a grazer and a snacker, to going on a juice diet, and because you will never figure out what works for you, because we're all individual. So a summary of the summary. Part 1 was about knowing your goal. Be crystal clear on whether you're losing weight, gaining weight, maintaining weight, performance. Part 2 was all about deciding your eating style, because adherence is key. It's not what you think will work, it's what you know you can stick to, and manipulate that to suit you. And then you're going to come up with 10 to 20 key foods, 3 ways to cook all them. And then you're going to go on to part 3, where you're going to do preparation phase 1. You're going to go online or you're going to go in person. You're going to get all them foods in the house. Phase 2 of a weekend, meal plan for the week. Maybe 3 different breakfasts, 3 different lunches, 3 different teas. You can get stuff out of the freezer and you can prepare them. Then you're going to do that for 4 weeks. You're going to monitor it back against part 1 in line with your goals. Have you lost weight? Have you maintained weight? Have you gained weight? It's that simple. That is how you create your own nutritional plan. If you think this has all been a bit fast and a bit rapid and a bit, I don't really know what to... Over the last 3 weeks, I released part 1. I went into detail. I released part 2, I went into detail. Released part 3, I went into detail. If you haven't seen them, you need to go back through my timeline. You need to find them. Or you need to go to my YouTube channel, Warrior Fitness and Health, Matt Bartram PT, and you need to find them on there. Or if you're really struggling to find any of that, you just send me a message. I'll ping you the links across. But what do you do if you've done part 1, part 2 and part 3? You've monitored it for 4 weeks and you've tried little tweaks, 4 weeks here, 4 weeks there, 4 weeks here, 4 weeks there, and you're not getting results. That may be the time then that you need to reach out to a coach and get this done on a one-to-one basis. Maybe you just can't find the eating style for you. Maybe you need to know about when to eat certain foods. Maybe you need to know a specific calorie range for you. Maybe a coach would need to, needs to advise you that you need to up your protein and reduce your fats and your carbs. You may get to a stage where you can't do this on your own. 80% of people can sort out their nutritional plan with everything I've given you here and the previous 3 videos. If on the off chance you're struggling, you need help, you need to reach out to someone. Not necessarily me, just research, find someone who knows stuff about nutrition and is hopefully qualified in that as well. You can certainly reach out to me, you can send me a message. Matt, I've done this, I've done that, it didn't work, I need your nutritional help. So if you need to go on to the next step, find somebody reputable that has got loads of success, loads of successful clients previously, and they're qualified. Reach out to them and ask them for help. As always, if I can help you with PT, nutrition, or my fitness boot camps, send me the message. I will certainly help you. I don't do sales because I believe that fitness should never be sold. It should only be brought by the person that is motivated and ready to go. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please tag someone, like it, share it, send it on its way. Or if you need help, let me know. Don't forget, let me know if you've watched it live. Let me know if you're watching it on replay, but not on YouTube because people watch these years after I film them. Right, next load of training I am in preparation for doing. That's going to start next week or the week after. Love your loads. See you soon.